So what we have done so far is we have managed to install XAMPP server on our laptops, and we have managed to also install WordPress in our deploy our server. Installation is not the correct word. So in order to access that site, right now if the server is not running, if you go to your browser and try to navigate to localhost, what was our website? Portfolio, right? So if I enter this, it will say the site cannot be reached because it cannot connect to the server. We have to run our localhost. So in order to do that, we'll start our XAMPP server and then start the Apache, wait till it turns green, and then start MySQL as well. If both turns green, then you can simply close it also, because it goes in the system tray and it remains there. So the server is running. You can right click on it and then check the status of it. Both should be green. Now automatically you will see it's gonna refresh itself and try to catch the page which is deployed on the server. It may take a while, but you will be there. So this is the site which we have created. Right now it has nothing. What we did was installed WordPress and a plugin, right? A theme we have installed, and a plugin also, Elementor, we have installed. That is all we have done so far. So in order to access the backend, what should we do? We should type here wp-admin and then hit enter. That will take me to the prompt where I can log in to reach to the backend of our website. This is the backend. Okay. Now those who were not there in the class, it might be very cryptic for them, but it's not so difficult. Once you install it, it will be very easy. So this much we have done in the last class. In this class, I'll show you how to use page builders. Okay, so Elementor is a page builder. It allows you to use drag and drop tools to create a page. Even though I call it a page builder, it is more than that, because it also allows you to create and manage themes. Okay, so what we have is the free version of Elementor, which will suffice for our purposes. If you really want to develop a really good website, good as in with a lot of features, and by features I mean that uh, a lot of nice forms you want in the website, very complex step-by-step forms if you want, then you can go for Elementor Pro. If you want a variety of sliders, many things are there, but there are workarounds. You can use the free version and then do a little bit of custom coding, okay, and use add-on plugins, which again is for free. The only disadvantage for using those is it is going to bloat your website, so the load time may suffer. Okay, but for experimentation we can do that. All right, now if you click on the Elementor tab, it takes you to the general tab where you have post types, pages. Now these settings you will understand more when you work with Elementor. Right now the only focus is to create pages. Let's open our website also by hovering here, right click on it, open in a new window. So the way WordPress websites are structured is we have a choice whether first understand the concept of a page and a post, because these two options are there. If this is clear in your head, rest everything will fall right in place. So a post is something uh, which can be displayed on a page, okay, and it can have its own page as well. So it's a very dynamic thing, right? So a post is more like a blog post. You see, you all have accessed blogs, right? Some might have blogs also. So a post is very much like your Facebook post, your Instagram post, okay? But in WordPress it can be brought together in one page. So a page can have multiple posts in it, If you can click on those posts and it will take you to that expanded version of the post page. A page is like a website's page. Okay, so that's the difference. And this CMS, content management system, allows us to create posts and pages both. Okay, so let's click on post first, and there we see that we have one post called hello world. By default we have this in WordPress. We can delete it or we can modify it also. The way we do it is by clicking on these options here. So edit, quick edit, trash and view. Quick edit will allow you to quickly edit the settings of the blog post, publish it, or keep it pending for review, or set it as draft, that means unpublished. Basic settings, we will learn about these things in upcoming sessions. Right now let's click on edit. I don't want to go away from this interface, so I would rather right click on it and then choose open link in a new tab. Now it will show you the editor, the WordPress editor. Okay, it is also known as blog editor. This is the default WordPress editor. You also have a choice of editing with Elementor. Here, if Elementor is installed, you have a choice of editing with Elementor. For posts, remember this. For posts, you should not edit with Elementor. You can, but there are some disadvantages. Right now, just make it a note that you should not try to edit posts with Elementor. Later on, I'll tell you the reason. Okay. So here, where is this post? How do I access this post on the website? So let's go on the website and find out. Here it says portfolio, that's the name of the website. Then straight away it shows me archives. Archives is the place where all the posts are stored. Okay. And since we have only one post, it is only listing down the single post we have, which is hello world. If I click on this, it takes me to it takes me to the posts page. So this is posts page, and I see that there is one response to it also. This is just to show that it's possible to comment on a post and have a discussion on a post as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go back on the home page. All right, guys, uh, a quick, this does not look like a website, right? But the underneath structure is very powerful. Okay, when we start building the page, you will see that it's really nice. So right now you see just some lines written here, and it doesn't look so fancy, but the structure is really nice. Let's talk about that. So in the post I have the option. I'll just quickly go and then find out some placeholder text so that I can populate my post. I'm just gonna copy this, uh, go to the post, and this block editor is really amazing. It allows you to simply copy things from anywhere and paste it inside. So instead of saying hello world, I'm gonna call it my first post. Okay, I can add images as well. So you just have to hit enter to introduce a new block, and then you have choice. You can either click on this plus sign and explore a variety of content which can be added to it. Okay, if you click on the plus sign, there is many. If you click on browse all on the left hand side, it will open up all the options you have, and right from embedding a video to using pull-up quotes to many options are there. Many options are there. You can also insert a gallery inside a post as well. Okay, so I need one image to go there, so I'm just gonna click on this plus sign and look for the image. Then I have option, either I can upload it from my computer, from media library, or insert from the URL. So I would choose from insert from URL, and let's quickly go and find out a random image for our post. And I'm gonna say landscape images. So let's say I want this one. I can just right click, choose copy image address, go there and paste the URL here and hit enter. Wait for a while and the image is going to be there. We can do much more with this image by applying CSS classes, and then later on doing our thing, the coding with the CSS classes. But right now this is fine. I'm gonna say update. If I go to our website and refresh, you will see that my first post shows here. Okay, and if I click on this, it takes me to the page where I have the post. Now it looks horrible, like not what we expect from the kind of website we want, right? But these posts, think of these posts as your one projects. Okay, so you can add images, you can add videos, right? You can add text, you can use hyperlinks, all the rich media items you can include in your post. Okay, so think of these posts as your one projects. The thing which you put on Behance has very limited options, right? Here you get all the options, every possible option. Plus you can really search engine optimize it for better visibility on internet. That's the added advantage. Okay, got it? All right. Now one thing is here that the archive is set as the priority. So in a WordPress website, you have the choice of keeping the home page or the landing page. Home page or landing page, it's the same as archive. That means every time you post something, it automatically shows up on the home page, and the home page only have the archives. So if you have a website which is a blog, then you can follow this. If you have a website where you want to show on the landing page curated content, then rather than going for the archives, you should set it as a static page, and we can build that page, right? The way we have built our page with coding, the same way we can do it with page editor. So now the next thing is how we can make a page. So I'm gonna go back to my dashboard. Let's close it. The dashboard is still open, and rather than posts, this time we'll go to pages, and I see that couple of pages are added there. A sample page is there, but we have no option of accessing that sample page here because we do not have a navigation. We can build our navigation also. Navigation is called menu, and you will find that in appearance option here, menus. Okay, so let's explore the sample page we have. So two tasks we have at hand. First, edit the sample page. Second, include it in the navigation so that it shows on the landing page. So first thing first, let's see how the sample page looks like. In order to do so, we can simply click on the edit button. I want to open it in a separate tab, so I'll right click, choose open link in a new tab, go to the new tab, and the sample page just has some text. Definitely not a very beautiful one, but since it's a page, I would rather choose edit with Elementor. So let's click on that, and once you click on that, it gets converted into an Elementor page, right? You should not. Wow, so they have added some new features. That's really good. I haven't explored the Flexbox container feature, so once I do it, uh, then I'll show it to you also. But I'll just activate it for now. Activate all experiments and features. Okay, so many options we have here. Now I'm gonna go back to the pages and choose edit with Elementor. Once you select the option edit with Elementor, it will also reflect here. Earlier it was not there, right? For this page it's not available because we haven't switched to edit with Elementor. For this one it's available, so I'm gonna click straight away edit with Elementor. Okay, Let's understand the interface of Elementor first. So on the left hand side, you have a toolbar. Let's call it a toolbar, yeah, because it features all the set of tools we have. Okay, so the pro version tools will be locked. So I'm just gonna collapse it. And then you have general tools and the basic tools. Okay, and this new feature has been added. I haven't explored it yet. So, and then you have favorites also. So if you use certain tool for more number of times, you can add it in the favorites as well. Okay, so uh, okay, so here in the center you can see the page, your page which you will be editing, and this floating panel is the structure. It allows you to access different elements. We will be calling these elements in the page. The divisions we made while coding is called elements here. Okay, so I can simply, let's say that I don't want this division, so I can simply come here and close it. So it's that easy, right? If I want to include one section, I can simply come here, click on the plus sign, and I have all the options here to include a new section. Okay, now they have changed many things in this. The earlier versions were different. So give me a, okay, so the theme builder is here, user preference, site settings. Okay, all right. So earlier these options were at the bottom of this. Now they have put it here at the top. um, Close site settings, structure, release the structure page. Earlier this was called navigator, so they have done some changes to it. Okay, so let me close this. Well, so the site settings will show you the things which we used to do in CSS. Remember H1. So if you click on the typography option, you will get all the options of setting up H1, H2, H3, H4 and all. Okay, so let's try doing that. I think this is either H1 or H2. So let's try changing the color of it. If I click on this color option and choose primary, so this is H1, and these settings will reflect on all the pages you have in the website. So at one place you have the option of changing the look and feel of the website. Okay, but we will not explore it today, so I'll just close it without saving the changes and say discard. What we want to do here today is build something which looks like a page at least. Okay, so first thing first, let's say here I want a image carousel. So I can simply pull this and put it here, and then I can click on plus sign and go find out images. So for this, I'll just try look in my computer if I have some images which I can use. Uh, okay, I have some images. Okay, I have these images, so I'll just use these. So I've selected all and then say open. It will instantly be added to the gallery, and you could say create new gallery and then use insert gallery. If you want to see how it looks, you can click on this and then see how the gallery looks. So instantly you have created a image gallery. Then there are many settings which you can explore, such as how many pictures you want in one slide. Right now it's showing 3. Okay, so and you also have the choice of choosing the size of the image. Now in this, aspect ratio is not matched with the slider of our preference, so not much of an option we have to make the images in such a way that it acquires the aspect ratio of the slider. Here we can stretch the image, and we have option slides to show. It says default, so we can choose if I just want one slide. Now this obviously doesn't look good here, and will, but if you have images with the correct aspect ratio, you can go with this option. So I'm just gonna go and then choose the default option we have. Okay, now below the slider, let's say I want to add some paragraph. So I'm gonna click on this icon here and choose a 3-column layout. uh, Please pay attention. So for these containers, you can drag drop things in this. So let's say that I wanted 2 columns. So you can simply right click on it and then choose delete. Now I have 2 columns and I can adjust it by going in between them, pushing, pulling things here and there. And let's say I want a sidebar here and a heading here, and below the heading, where is the home button? Okay, add elements button. So if you add something and want to navigate back to the toolbar, you have to click on the plus sign. Okay, so I have added some text here. Below that, let's say that I want to add some icons. So I can, put the icons, list items, many different formatting options we have. So let's say I want to add some social icons. I can do that as well, and then play around with the style of it, change the size. And if you carefully look at these settings, you will realize that all are these CSS attributes: size, padding, spacing, border radius. Okay, so I'm not gonna go much deep into it in the customization for now. This is just to show you that many interesting things are possible with the page builder. Um Wait, I have, let me add the text here. I'll just copy this text and again use it. You can use your custom coding skills anywhere you want, and if something is not working out for you by using Elementor, you can always switch to the text mod, and then since you have learned how to do coding, you'll be able to understand what's written there. You understand what is this tag, right? You understand what is this tag, so it's easier for you to edit it in much detail. Okay, I'm just gonna close this list item, so I don't want this. So you simply have to click here and delete it. That's it. And once you are done, you have to click on publish. Okay, now let's go back to our website and refresh. But despite we did so much of work in the sample page, we don't have any way to access that sample page, right? There is no button which I can click which takes me to that page because there is no navigation. So the second task here is to go and find out a way to add navigation to our website. That can simply be done by going to the backend, appearance, and choosing the menu. And in the menu, you can click on create menu. give the name. So I'm gonna call it main menu and create menu. And then I have the options of adding things to the menu here on the left hand side. So I can add pages, I can add posts also, I can add custom links, and I can add categories also. We will learn more about categories, which is amazing and most important thing while working with any content management system later on. So right now I have just one single page and I want to add it here in the menu. So I can tick it, say add to menu, and it gets added there, and I'll save the menu. Now once I save the menu, the challenge is to see if the theme supports the menu at the top. Okay, so if the theme has the option of putting the menu here at the top, it will reflect. See, you have the sample page. Now to style it better, theme will give you some options. Let's say that theme doesn't give you all the options, or it asks you for money, then you know how to code. So you can go to the coding option and then style it as per your own choice. At least you will be able to do basic things like changing the color, changing the behavior of the button, spacing it out correctly. Okay, so now if I have the option of clicking on sample page, let's see what happens when I go to sample page. This is the page we created, and instantly we have access to this. We can add more pages, we can have archive separately also. Now let's say that I want to use it as a landing page. So that means if somebody opens up my website, it should go to that page rather than going to the archive section. Okay, so a very small thing we have to do: go back to the WordPress, click on settings option, and go to the reading section here. And instead of choosing your latest posts as your home page displays, choose a static page. It will give you an option of picking out the list of pages, and you choose the page you want to use as a home page. Then you have the option of picking out a page which will act as a post page. We do not have any other page, right? So I'll just leave it to select and save changes. We will work more on posts after learning what are categories, tags. Okay, so I have specified sample page as my static page and saved the changes. So now if I go and refresh the site, I should see the home page as my sample page. And since we know how to edit things here, we can add anything to our home page. So let's say that I want to add another section uh, with 3 columns, and or maybe 4 columns, and I simply want to put some images here, or let's call image box. So this gives me option of selecting an image, and if I go to the style section, I have a lot of options to play around with. Okay, very quickly we'll be able to do beautiful things. Okay, transitions are there, so many things are there. Okay, all right, so I'm not gonna go through all the things right now, and see how simple it is to just copy this and paste it here. All you have to do is click on this, say Control C, click on here, and say Control V. Oh god, it's not working. Okay, right click and then copy them, and right click and paste. Maybe something wrong with the browser. Yeah, ठीक है, ये 4 options अभी देखो. After it is done now, you have to click on publish. Okay, yeah, so if you publish, it will go live on your page. If you refresh, go down, instantly you will see for creating this much from scratch with coding, how much time it would have taken, right? All these sliders, they are all functional, right, ready to go. Okay, so You can code all these things also. But if you learn how to code, you'll be able to understand what's happening. जो बेसिक माइन्यूट लेवल चेंजेस हैं जो थीम नहीं सजेस्ट कर पा रहा है या जिसके लिए बहुत पैसे लग रहे हैं and फिर तुम्हें लगेगा यार ये तो चाहिए ही चाहिए मुझे, तो यू कैन कोड दोज थिंग्स. ठीक है. How you use custom coding in this, I'll show you in later classes. There is a lot to learn in this.
We can do all of this on Maker.
Which maker? There are many platforms such as Wix, Maker, Webflow, Shopify. So there are many platforms, but you cannot do all these things there. The thing which you are learning right now, you can see it as that 75% of the website which are right now exist in the World Wide Web is created from WordPress. So it is a very powerful tool. They will also be an option to upload our custom files, like all of the things we have done on our. Let me just wrap it up. Then I'll answer the question. Let me just wrap it up, San. I'll ask. Then you can ask questions. Okay? Because recording now. So this is it for the day. You should be able to do this much at least. Okay. In the next class, we will learn how we can add a custom footer and change the header to our liking, add more pages. Okay. So that's it for the day, guys. Now, before we close, let's see it in a different, different profile. And you see, this is how it looks. Okay. Neat and clean. So that's all. Thank you.